Hi, this is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Thursday. This is Game Day Live, coming to you live from the Primetime Radio Studios inside the bunker. An undisclosed location, beautiful New Jersey. And from the mountaintop, from the highest point of New Jersey, it's Short Sky. Streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, X Live, and Twitch on the Let's Go Devils Network as the Devils take on the Carolina Hurricanes tonight at the Rock. I would like to apologize. Originally, I was scheduled to be at American Whiskey, but life happens, and we're lucky that we can even do a podcast right now.
Yeah. Well, weather happens. It's not fun, but it's that time of year, so hey, it is what it is. It's cold on the mountaintop tonight. I can tell you that. It's a cold rain coming down, but we have a Devils game to talk about.
Let's just say, depending upon where you live in New Jersey, there are some spots that, you know what? When I drive home, I'd rather not be ice skating. I'd rather be watching people ice skate.
Yeah, and that's what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to watch people ice skate while hopefully waiting for it to get icy outside. But hey, it is what it is. You know what I have that's in the house that's cold, Sam?
Yeah.
Cold beer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's actually, see, Steve Engel says rain happens, LOL. No, it's actually, this actually happened to me once after a Devils game. True story. The one time I stayed after at the arena bar.
We're going back now.
Yeah.
We're going back if you're at the arena bar.
Yeah, and I saw a friend I hadn't seen in 15 years, so we had a beer or two. And then by the time we left, around 1 a.m., I was driving the Jeep Liberty diesel. Remember that?
I remember that. I loved your Liberty.
Yeah, it was the diesel dusting where you just you floor it and all this black soot comes on people. Anyway.
Little Steve would not have been pleased.
Yeah. But, on Route 280 West, you're in the mountains, and if the temperature is not what happened was the temperature went up, and the melting of the snow, all that water just went on Route 280, and then suddenly you got black ice. And I remember driving home, and I actually did a 360, and then luckily I didn't hit a guardrail. It was this one section that was just grass. There was no guardrail or these boulder mountains. And, and everybody spun out of control and crashed on Route 280. Luckily for me, when I realized I wasn't dead, I was like, oh, crap. The one time I actually drank, now I get in an accident, and I just drove off.
Yeah, doing a 360 is no joke. It's man, it's wild. When you're in it, you're kind of like, yep, well, here we go. As long as you don't panic.
Yeah.
That's the big thing is you can't panic. And then as soon as you're done, you kind of have to get your bearings right away because other vehicles are coming. You have to move quickly. So I've been in 360 before.
Because I remember holding the steering wheel 10 and 2, and then as you're doing this for 360, your car is in drive, but somehow you're going backwards on the grass, and it was like this, just like that. And then stupid me, I get out of the car, and all these cars are crashing, but I wanted to make sure that all four tires. This is before tire pressure gauges that you can see on your dash, like on your Toyota Tacoma that you got from David Decker at Town Toyota, Route 46 in beautiful Ledgewood, New Jersey, where he's got the greatest deals for those that need to buy a Toyota and you want to talk about affordability. Hey, good credit, no credit, bad credit. Guess what? David Decker can make it happen.
Oh, yes, he can.
Yes.
He can make it happen. And then you can even call into to your favorite podcast while you're driving that beautiful Toyota that you purchased from David Decker at Town Toyota, and it'll sound clear as anything, right, Sam?
as clear as anything, and just tell them that Sam Wu and Shorts Guy sent you when you go to Town Toyota, Route 46, beautiful Edgewood, New Jersey. Ask for David Decker. Yes, that David Decker that loves the Let's Go Devils podcast. But anyway, so, I drove off, whatever, but it turned out I had a bent axle. That was the only thing, so thankfully that was just that. I mean, yeah, it sucked to pay $1,100 to fix that at the time, but hey, I'm still alive. The Devils are playing the Hurricanes tonight, and this is the Metropolitan Division showdown.
Yeah. These are critical points we need tonight. Critical points.
Last time the Devils were in South Jersey, also known as Raleigh, North Carolina. They didn't do so hot against the Carolina Hurricanes. So this game, the Devils are well rested. They had time to practice. They've had time to sign autographs.
Mm-hmm.
They've had time to do all this stuff, which I'm not, you know what? I hate to say it, Shorts.
Yep.
I don't want this team signing autographs during the season. That's just me. I'm going to be a jerk about it because till you're winning Stanley Cups, I don't want distractions. That's just me. I know the fans are going to hate me for that. But,
yeah, they will. But the fans are going to hate you because you said hello to them. So that's really nothing to do. It's
you
a
know
day
what?
that ends in.
You know what? Look, Black Friday specials. We got I Hate Sam Wu t-shirts. We've got Let's Go Devils podcast t-shirts. We've got all sorts of t-shirts. Again, Black Friday special. Just go to joinourcrew.com and you'll get the email blast on Black Friday. Yes. Yep. Yeah. Shorts Guy, we didn't talk about it yet, but we'll figure it out.
We're talking about it now.
Yeah.
This is a marketing meeting mid-podcast. So
yes.
That works.
Yeah, it tells you how much we prepare for this podcast, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I love the people that are tuning in. And, hey, you know what? How about At the Point, Bruce Zeman and I talking NHL?
How'd it go?
You know what? It went well. I mean, we talked a little bit Devils. We talked about coaches on the hot seat. But right now, Rod Brindamore, I mean, look, they're paying him a lot of money. They're paying his staff a lot of money, the Carolina Hurricanes. This is a team that doesn't overspend, but they know where to put the money in the right places. And Rod Brindamore is making them look like geniuses because I thought with Brett Pesce leaving and a couple guys leaving, Stefan Nason leaving, like a lot of these Carolina Hurricanes leaving the team, I thought maybe they downgraded, but no, they're the Carolina Hurricanes.
Yeah, Rod Brindamore seems to know how to get the best out of any of the players, but how could you not when he's there behind the bench, like just with that scowl that he always seems to have? And if you've seen any of the videos of him in the locker room, he's super intense. So it doesn't make it. I'm not surprised that he's able to get the best out of players. You know, he seems to be able to just he's Rod Brindamore. He can do it, which was surprising that it took them so long to give him an extension last year. The Carolina Hurricanes are now a perennial favorite, at least perennial playoff favorite. You know, whether or not they're a cup favorite every year is, from year to year, but they're at least going to be there. And if they're there, they can, do enough to get to the final if they ever need to. So it's not a surprise that they're doing well. And I was the same with you with what they lost. I was like, oh man, this is going to be a down season because let's not forget they lost their GM too midsummer. He went to Columbus. And they didn't upgrade in goaltending, which a lot of people thought they would, but they didn't do that. And here they are, still doing well. And I feel like since that 90-second awfulness in that game 7 against them at home, they've just been such a pest to our New Jersey Devils, and it's just been annoying.
Yeah. And let's face it. I think these two teams are going to meet in the playoffs again.
It's
possible
again.
And the rivalry
so
is kind of surprising because it all started with, I don't think there was really that much of a Hartford Whalers Devils rivalry. I would say that, okay. But, there were some big trades, like getting Bobby Holik, in exchange. Was it Sean Burke that went over?
think so. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
so
while back.
yeah, getting Bobby Holik, and there were some pretty good playoff series. The one in
Mm-hmm.
particular, if you remember, 2001, that we got an introduction to redneck hockey. If you
Yep,
remember that,
I remember.
the hit that everybody heard on Shane Willis, like that game 2 in the Eastern quarterfinals, I guess what you would call it,
Yeah.
and then hitting Rod Francis as well, where he couldn't find the bench. I
Oh, that
mean,
was
they
scary.
hated Scott Stevens.
Yeah, that Ron Francis one was scary.
Yeah. And then you fast forward to 2006, I believe, was it, did they play in 2000? No, Devils played Rangers and then Ottawa.
Yeah.
No, they played, I think, the Carolina Hurricanes the next round.
Okay.
I think the one against the Ottawa Senators, I think the Devils beat Montreal Tampa Bay in the first round, and then that was the year after, I think.
Your memory is better at this stuff than mine.
Not really, because I'm not really remembering. But help me, people. But I believe it was 2006, Carolina Hurricanes, and then they wound up to win the Stanley Cup. But please, I hope I'm right on that, because I remember Beach Ball Day, Devils Rangers, and
I do remember
that's
Beach
when
Ball
Ken
Day.
Klee, famous New Jersey Devils Ken Klee, had more goals than Jaromir Jagr in that Devils Rangers series as well.
Defense.
Yeah. And, Shorts Guy and I figured, hey, you can't beat him, join him. We went to the Eric Cole Dream Big Foundation.
That was a lot of fun.
We went to that golf tournament. Yeah.
Yeah, we won the Survivor Award with the guys from XM because we were the worst.
Yes.
And one of the stories from that, I forget who I was in the cart with, but we were out looking for our golf balls, and we pulled up to some guy. We're like, "Hey, have you seen a golf ball come by here?" The guy was like, "No, I haven't seen any golf balls, but I've got some beer if you want it." We're like, "Yeah, we'll take beer," and we took beer, and we never found our golf balls. So I think we won that one.
I have to talk to Sean Levine, the big one.
That's who I was with. I was with Sean Levine,
the big one.
the big one. Yeah, I was riding with him in the golf course.
I think he's out of the industry now, unfortunately. I think he either is a professor or whatever. And then I haven't talked to Jamie Shalley in years.
Mm-hmm.
I remember he out of nowhere, he's like, "Oh, I'm going to be a stockbroker. See ya." Went back to Thunder Bay, Ontario.
Wow.
I remember. Was Jamie Shalley golfing with us?
I don't remember. I remember we stayed at some really odd hotel way up there in Oswego.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
A lot of
it was a lot of fun. It was
a lot
well
of old
worth
cash over there.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to bring it up, but there you are.
Yeah. Don't even mention the name, just old cash.
I will not.
Yeah, so we hung out with the
radio.
Yeah. We hung out with the XM at the time. It was XM Solid Radio guys.
Yeah.
For there. But hey, we had a good time. And then there was that time where didn't we we're up in Game 7 against Carolina Hurricanes in the playoffs. We're like, yes, let's go downstairs and party on. And then it collapsed. And by the time we got to Dano's, Dano was not even color at the time. I think it was Dano and Matt Lachlan. I think they had their and Stan Fischler. I think they had their own post game.
Yeah, there was something.
Yeah, at the bar. And I remember going there.
90 seconds. The most awful 90 seconds.
Yeah, so we went from our seats to walk over to beat the line so we could be on post game. So we were like, on the camera, and it turned out they lost, and we were all like pissed off.
Oh yeah, we were.
Intern Rob was so pissed off, and who a couple years later decides to move to Raleigh, North Carolina. So
I know.
Go figure. Him and
now
Madison.
all the games down there.
I'm telling you, I love Intern Rob. I want to visit Raleigh again. I know they're going down on the 28th of December, but unfortunately I have family obligations that day.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mrs. Wu said no.
Yes. No, don't blame Mrs. Wu. Don't blame her. Blame me because she's watching right now, okay?
Hi, Mrs. Wu.
Hey.
Love you, Mrs. Wu. Thank you for chaperoning in Tampa.
Yeah. And hello, Ted. Brooke Amanda, hello. Michael Descala, H. Jacob. Everybody tuning in on the YouTube
Ted?
Live. So we're going back into history about Devils Hurricanes. But yeah, that was a killer. And then was there another one afterwards? Yeah, and one recently. You know, when
after we beat the Rangers. But
yeah.
I kind of predicted that. After that, whoever was going to win our series was probably going to lose to the Canes just because of the emotional letdown after the series. But I remember Stefan Nason being a part of that on the Canes side. And I remember saying, like, damn, what a player to get away. And now we've got him back here on our team. So, this is something good. And, the last time we played the Canes, I was listening on the radio, and it was the Hurricanes broadcast. And they were talking so glowingly about Stefan Nason and how big a loss he was to their team. Mm-hmm. He's a great player, and I'm glad we have him back. We need these points tonight. This is a 4-point game, whether you like it or not, because these Metro Division games, you've got to win them. And we had a pretty crappy game in Tampa. We had an absolutely crappy game in Tampa. Why do you call a 5-point game?
You guys get the 4-point game, right? That part everybody gets. One team loses 2 points, not really lose.
You go up
but,
and then you go down, but yeah.
The tiebreaker. There's a tiebreaker component there that should be really like the point. So, if you own the tiebreaker, even though it's like 2-2 in the series, but you have how would you own the tiebreaker in a 2-2? If it was 2-1, that was a bad example. Shame on me. But, yeah, so if it's like a 3-game series during the regular season, Devils went, 2-0, and, I don't know. I can't think. 1-2.
I know what you're saying.
Whatever.
You want to own that. Day. You want to own that tiebreaker. Yeah, I know it's definitely been a long day.
Yeah.
You want to have that tiebreaker if there is a tie. Especially with the Metro being the tightest division in the entire league.
Yeah.
You need every advantage you can get. And right now, looking at the standings, I know it's early, and I really do hate looking at the standings in November, even though it's late November at this point. Really, we're sitting in third, 2 points behind the Hurricanes, so we go first in the Metro. We'd be tied with them tonight, which would probably put us in second because of games played. They'll have equal amount of points on games played, but this is definitely a big game. The Rangers they're 1 point behind us, nipping at our heels, and Buffalo at 19 in the other wild card spot. That's really all we are concerned with because, the Atlantic Division, they've got their top 3. It's I love looking at the old conference standings. I wish they would go back to straight 1 through 8, but that's just me. We got to win this game.
I wish this was a Patrick Division game.
Oh, that's going back, Sammy. That's going back.
I know. Like I don't like this Atlantic Metropolitan. If you're gonna have a division called Metropolitan, you might as well go back to, Patrick Division, Norris Division. You
gonna tell people to get off your lawn too?
Yes. I didn't tell you, Shorts.
Okay.
I don't think Scotty can do Devils After Dark after the game.
Oh. Well,
because,
why don't you confirm that with me?
Out of nowhere, he got called into work at Sirius XM, and a celebrity needs 3 hours of Scotty's time. And all 3 hours, a solid 3 hours, and Scotty has to produce some interview, and he's like, they're not taking into consideration my podcast obligations, but they are celebrities, Sam, that I can't be on. So I might have to go solo. I may have to beg you to come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you let me know, Sam. Now I'll have to watch the game with a little bit more intensity tonight because
Yeah.
on the nights that I don't have to do after dark, I watch, but sometimes I drift off. So
Yeah.
but yeah, just let me know. So Shorts Guy might be on twice tonight with Samu, which for some they love, for others they're gonna hate. But hey, we're here for the people that love it.
Yeah, the Prince
And the
of
people
Wales.
that hate it.
The Prince
Who
of
cares?
Wales conference. Anyway, yeah. So let's get our predictions here, our Thursday night predictions, because it's going to be a good one, folks.
It's going to be a good one. You know, the Canes are ahead of us in the standings. They have 3 less games played than we do, with 28 points, with a 14-4-0 record. We are in third in the Metro. 21 games played, 12 wins, 7 losses, 2 overtime, and 26 points. The Devils are coming off of a 4-0 shutout loss.
Really 3-0. Just Luke threw a stick.
Well, yeah, I know. But a shutout loss that we witnessed in Tampa Bay, and hopefully you all watched our YouTube short walking out, because that was a good
in
time.
replace of Devils After Dark.
Yes, I heard it was entertaining, Sam.
You know what we might have to do? I'll have to figure this out. Where we exit the building for the buildup of Devils After Dark. So it's like we're on camera, and then we get to the studio, and then we flip the switch, even though we're still live streaming, with the same stream, then go on live air.
Let's try to do that one night, but we have to time it out so that we're leaving like right as game ends, because I know sometimes you like to leave a little bit early.
No, we don't have to in that instance, because we're live after the game, so we could just take our time, and it's just kind of like a warm up. So that is something that I think I know how to do. There's some, technology, some logistics there, but I think I can figure it out. We'll have to do that one day.
Let's do it.
Joseph Lenham says 4-2 Devils. Selected Voice says 4-3 Devils. Ted says 5-3 Devils. Stephen Engel says 4-3 Devils in overtime. Ramona Rice says 3-1 Devils. Now, that is
often correct.
It's often correct, yes.
Often correct.
Now Vegas is changing their odds immediately after Ramona gave her prediction. Eddie says 6-4 Devils. 6-4 Devils.
And I have one more that was sent to me, Sam.
Yeah?
Brooke Amanda has predicted 4-1 Devils tonight.
Yeah. Do you know what would make me happy?
What?
Super chat.
Yeah. Michael Descalo with a 4-2 Devils.
I was just going to do an Ant Crew Brew, plug there. And you know what else would make me happy? An Ant Crew Brew. Yeah, Vinny's I think he's at the Blackhawks. Is there a Blackhawks game he's covering?
Yeah, he's covering the Blackhawks, but it's snowing out in Chicago, so I think he took some extra time to
we want to be safe here.
Yeah.
Michael Descala. Go ahead. 4-2 Devils, Michael Descala. The law offices of AJ Visco. Yes.
You just
3-0
read
Devils.
Yeah, AJ Visco, attorney at law. Sorry, Sam, I froze there for a second. I had a power blink earlier. Now I froze.
Let's talk about AJ Visco, attorneys at law. Let me tell you, I talked to AJ on Saturday, and I was like, "Look, I'm pissed off. Devils lose 4-0. There's a big giant crack in the sidewalk over there. I want to go over there and trip on it." But I want to be taken care of for the rest of my life, because I can't work after that. Can you make it happen? Can I get the compensation I deserve? Can I get Mrs. Wu to be taken care of? AJ Visco,
that would be fantastic.
Attorneys at law. Nothing beats having AJ Visco and an ambulance chasing attorney on this podcast.
Oh, I love it.
And AJ, do you need compensation when the Devils let you down?
That's really what we need. Compensation for the Devils letting us
Yeah, that's
down.
what we need, AJ Visco. You to bang Joshua Harris's bank account back to us.
I'd love that. I would love that.
The law offices of AJ Visco. All right. So what's your prediction, Shorts?
All right. So one thing I failed to mention is that tonight is Markstrom's 500th game.
Woo!
So Jacob Markstrom is playing in his 500th game tonight, and all the players arrived in special shirts to commemorate Markstrom's 500th game, which I don't need another T-shirt in my life, but I might have to get that one because it looks really rad, which would unfortunately mean I'm buying a piece of Fanatics something. However, which I don't want to do. So this is Markstrom's 500th game tonight, which is huge. That could really show, that could give him the boost that he needs because he's going to want to win on such an occasion. You know, we saw on Saturday Vasilevsky celebrating his 300th win and propelling him to a 4-0 shutout, even though one of those goals was an empty netter, so it's really 3-0. So I'm going to say tonight we're going to see Jacob Markstrom win in his 500th game and produce a 4-0 shutout, like the Devils just had done to them Saturday night in Tampa.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. AJ Visco says, if only that High Point education led to Harvard. Well, at least you were on Harvard on the Hill at High Point. Anyway. I'm saying 4-2 Devils. I'm sticking with it. I think there's going to be an empty netter there. I think there's going to be a fumble recovery and a Dougie Hamilton touchdown as an empty netter at the end of the game, which will have Devils After Dark with or without Shorts Guy, with or without Scotty of Sirius XM Liquid Metal, who's hanging out with his celebrity friends.
Celebrities.
Yeah. It's like, well, excuse me, Scotty, that resides at the Michael J. Fox Studios in Beverly Hills, California.
Seriously.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. Let's get out of here.
Before we get out of here,
I
can tell you Mrs. Wu is praying that there is no Dougie Hamilton goal tonight.
I know.
Mrs. Wu wants nothing to do with it. And I'm looking up the odds for a Dougie Hamilton goal tonight because maybe I'll just throw $5 on it and see what happens.
Oh, my financial advice to everybody, buy Doge. Yep, buy Doge. If we all bought Doge, we could get that private jet. We could buy the team from Joshua Harris. It would be great. We could change the rules
Can you imagine us running this team?
Oh. Let me tell you something. We drive the commissioner nuts.
Oh, we would.
We wouldn't even follow the rules. Be like, what? Board of Governors meeting? What the hell's that?
I think that just means a trip for us to go and have some fun and do some podcasting.
Yeah, we'll walk in the Board of Governors meeting with our freaking Devils jerseys on.
Uh-huh. And you know Vinny Parisi would be on our staff, too.
Oh, I know.
He would have to be.
Yeah, and when they talk about rule changes, it'll be like, yeah, take that trapezoid out behind the net.
Yes, take that damn trapezoid out, please.
I know.
So much I hate it.
Yeah. All right, we're going to get out of here. Dropping the podcast a little bit later. Devils After Dark, after the game. If you're watching now and you're at the game, go to American Whiskey after the Devils game. Yeah. Again, now next week, Shorts, I'm going to reach out to a couple people of the St. Louis Blues because they're playing the day before Thanksgiving. You and I have got to be there.
We'll talk off air, Sam.
Yeah, we'll talk off air. All righty. Well, thank you to everybody. Until next time, let's go Devils.